Anybody that thinks that we have a technological upper hand and that like Marines are somehow tougher than the Persian Revolutionary Guards, I think that they're really crazy.
Yeah.
The Persian Revolutionary Guards, they've evolved to the same point in a different way, are going to fight with the fervor of the Japanese fighting for the code
Yes.
of Bushido.
Yes.
You know, when they said, oh, on Iwo Jima, only 30 Japanese surrendered. Partly, a lot of them, if they tried to surrender, the Marines weren't going to take a prisoner. But I mean, seriously, they would like lay on a hand grenade
Yeah.
to roll. So when you rolled me over, I could maybe take out one more Marine. They did that.
This is what I told Steve Bannon the second to last time I was on with him, and I said, look, I go, we have triggered a group of people who are so ideological, they are welcoming death. They don't mind dying for their cause, especially if we're the ones invading the
Yes, this
the
is their
territory.
highest. This is their highest achievement. So at the end of the Vietnam War, and it's really such a deja vu to see Hegseth and the other admirals coming out and giving like lists of numbers of bombs, because it's straight out of Vietnam.
Yep.
So we dropped 3 times more tons of bombs on Vietnam than we did on Germany in World War II, and we lost the war.
Yeah.
Okay. When people are talking about air supremacy over Iran, you have to compare it to Vietnam, which is 1/10 the size. South Vietnam is 1/10 the size of Iran. And we didn't have to like fly from 1,000 kilometers away to get to Vietnam like we do today to stay out of the defensive missile range. We had bases right in Vietnam. They could take off and be hitting a target in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we killed millions of Vietnamese. Millions. So like as far as taking out some leaders and the country will quit, we killed millions of Vietnamese that only made them fight harder. What they're going to do is what Joe Kent said this morning on Deep Dive, the Colonel Davis show.
Yep.
They're going to let the Americans in.
Yep.
They're going to turn off radar, turn off defenses. Remember, these guys invented chess.
Yes.
They invented the Shahed drone, a whole class of missiles that nobody else had. They have tunnels in mountains with rockets better than we have, hypersonics with steerable warheads that we don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that thinks that we can just land there and defeat them
Right.
is crazy. But to raise it to the next level, the chess level, they're going to allow us in.
Yes.
They will. The more people we put on Carg Island, the better. Then they'll close the trap.